It's a vicious circle, spin around and round. It's a kind of combination, put you 6 feet down. I got 4-round Wranglers and a pearl snap shirt. I'm spitting out blood in the Texas dirt. This ain't no kind of living, well man with sense, but I ain't never been accused of watching on a fence. I'd rather ride on lightning than bleed into the night. So won't you open up the gate and I'ma see you on the other side? 'Cause I'm a cowboy. Some dusty chaps, $48 and a Stetson hat. But there's 2 more rounds of rank bulls to ride, and I'll be worth a lot more when I leave tonight. But it ain't about money, it comes from deep inside. So won't you open up the gate and I'ma see you on the other side? 'Cause I'm a cowboy. Got a few from bulls and 2 or 3 from bars, but that's the price I pay for fighting through the pain. There ain't never been a pussy make the Hall of Fame. Come on. The ain't Jim Sharp, I ain't Chris the Dew. I'm just a Carolina kid with an attitude. It was born to rock, born to ride, born to raise hell on a Friday night. I'd rather ride on light than bleed into the night. So go and open up the gate and I'ma see you on the other side. 'Cause I'm a cowboy. Yeah, I'm a cowboy.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to UltimateDirtTV here on this Sunday evening. It is now time for the JSI Racing Pro Late Model Series here tonight at the virtual Lernerville Speedway. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set for qualifying to wrap up here in just a few moments' time. We're looking at a max lobby 50 drivers signed into the pit area for tonight. Of course, everybody trying to take that #1 position away in qualifying to, of course, move into heat racing action. We'll see 4 or 5 heats, which we can test it over 12 laps. We'll take the top 4 into the A main event, and then we'll also look at 2 B mains. As we're going to take a look here in just a second. We're just wrapping one thing up here on our image here. Just fixing one thing up. Bear with me. And let me just export that one because we'll go 2 laps. But here we go, qualifying results. Wrapping up here at Lernerville, and it is Aiden Beerline, the man that goes quick time and shocks everybody with a 14.544. Josh Fuller and Camden Johnston make it a 1-2-3 for the Americans here in the house. Riley Stewart, Mark Scott will make up your top 5. Cody Nevin, Carl Vandergriff, Cooper Wilson, Damon Mush, and Nash Granger, your top 10. 5 Americans, 5 Aussies inside the top 10. We move forward to heat race number 1. We'll see 5 heats on the program. And heat number 1 will look like this. Aiden Beerline starts on pole position to the outside of the front row. It's Cody Nevin. Rowan Jones rolls off at a position number 3. Joel Battelle lines up at a position number 4. The old Fridge, nice to see him back. Max Bevan in car 68 will line up at a position number 5. Luke Johnson driving the UDL 76 machine will start from position number 6. David Clifford rolls off at a position number 7. Jason Crawford lining up in the JSI Racing entry at a position number 8. His young boy Callum Crawford lines up at a position number 9. And Rylan Gray will start from the 10th starting position. Heat number 1, 12 laps, top 4 to the A. And everybody else, 5th thumb back, will get seated into one of 2 B mains. We will take the top 2 from those B mains and make up a 24 car field for 40 laps around here. But here we go. Green flag is out. We're underway. Aiden Beerline and Cody Nevin. So a pair of Americans on the front row. Beerline slides up, and well, there's no room there. They go forward. Nevin goes off the racetrack, and Rowan Jones says, yep, thank you, but we are going to go yellow. And now one thing to note with the yellows, of course, something different this season with the Pro late models. Yellow flag's been enabled for heat racing action and consolation race. However, the caution laps will count. So you'll lose 3-4 laps depending on when race control decide to give them the 1 to go signal. But yes, caution laps will count. Then of course in the main event, we will see a maximum of 4 cautions throughout the course of, if needed, I should say, if needed, throughout the course of the A main event. So poor old Cody Nevin, cop of the worst of that one. He'll now go to the tail end of the field, and after qualifying 6 quick starting outside front row alongside Beerline. Unfortunately for Nevin, he's now going to restart in the 8th position. So we'll wait for the lights to go out on the iRacing.com pace truck, probably sitting at 2 to green at the moment. So Beerline, Jones, Bevan and Clifford. That is your top 4. The drivers on the outside looking in. Johnson, Jason and Callum Crawford, Nevin, Gray and Battelle. As they will go into a double file restart. Okay, not sure why Bevan is opting on that outside line. I thought he would have been in position number 3. Anyhow, I'll keep going. We'll go back to green flag here at Lernerville Speedway. 4 down and 8 to run. Beerline. Keep an eye on Rowan Jones in that 25 machine. We know he's got some pace. Started 3rd in this one, which means he qualified just outside the top 10. Johnson getting into the back of David Clifford. Now here comes the 1 machine of Joel Battelle. Trying to go to the inside on Johnson. Couldn't make it happen. Here comes Rylan Gray around the outside in the 06 machine. Plus 4 positions at the moment. 1 car off the racetrack. That's Keller. In fact, it's Cody Nevin, in fact, who drove off the track. I dare say some substantial damage on the 11 machine of Cody Nevin. For old Nevin. He'll have a lot of work to do. And he's B main later on tonight. Meanwhile, back up front, 7 down, 5 to run. The opening of 5 heat races here at Lernerville Speedway. Now we'll go 8 down and 4 to run. Beerline leading the way in the number 13 machine. Joe's now going to go to the middle of the racetrack looking for the race lead. Has it, but not for long because Beerline got too much speed and momentum built up on the outside. If Jones is going to have something for Beerline, he's going to have to throw the slider in 1 and 2. But do you throw the slider or do you just sit in second spot and we'll start 6th in tonight's main event where if you win, you'll start on pole the 40 lapper. So I got their pros and cons. Do you want to make it into the big show or do you want to start on pole rather than start position number 6? He'll have to figure that one out. It looks like he's not going to have really that many more chances to get by Aiden Beerline. And Beerline looking pretty comfortable up on the top side of the racetrack through turn number 1 and 2. We go. White flag is out. Final time in heat race number 1. Now here comes Jones to the inside, trying desperately to make the pass. 3 and 4 is not the place to throw that slide job, but well done to Aiden Beerline. Awesome job by Rowan Jones. Max Bevan home in third. Rylan Gray will grab the 4th and final transfer position. And that will be your top 4 so far. That will tentatively transfer into the A main. Let's take a look at heat race number 1 results coming up on screen as heat number 2 gets set on the racetrack. Aiden Beerline confirmed your winner over Rowan Jones in 2nd. Max Bevan 3rd. Rylan Gray again getting that 4th and final transfer spot after starting 10th, mind you. So hell of a job by Rylan Gray in the 06 machine. Joel Patel, David Clifford going to the B along with Luke Johnson, Cody Nevin, Callum and Jason Crawford also going into the B main as heat race number 2 lines up and getting ready to roll out of pit road. Josh Fuller driving the Rocket Esports number 2 machine, or 12 I should say, will start from position number 1. Old Never Left, the Mid-South Mafia entry of Carl Vandergriff. The NLRA house driver starts position number 2. Ryan Green driving the Elite Performance Industry 03 will start position number 3 to the outside. Pat Arasman lines up at a position number 4. Brooke Marquis lines up at a position number 5. Justin Wright driving the UDL 78 from position number 6. Liam Russell lines up the 37 from position number 7. At a position number 8 for JSI Racing, it's a 74 of Jason Burke. Riley Simpson lines up the 65 from position number 9. And Darcy Stonehouse riding the Base Racing Fuels Down Under Photography caliber 30 from position number 10. Hello, Nev. How are you, buddy? Hope everything is well. Looking after yourself. Looking after Kathy. I don't want to assume. I'm going to guess. So Fuller and Vandergriff. Front row, waiting for a start. Waiting for the lights to come on here around the Lernerville Speedway. Green flag is out, heat number 2. And Vandergriff got a great start. To the outside he goes and will take the lead down the back straightaway. Fuller, who has been pretty dominant so far in the opening weeks of the season. And we are yellow. Take a look at your UltimateDirtTV instant replay. Have a look what happened here. We see Darcy Stonehouse in the number 30 machine. TV8. Let's go back and have a look at that one and see, once again, probably from a better angle. So keep an eye on the 78 of Justin Wright, who was all sorts of squirrely. Back just jammed on the brakes and then came down the racetrack into Stonehouse, who is driving the number 6 machine, that Flow Racing entry. But the caution lights will come on, and boys, just to let you know, on track equals fast. So Carl Vandergriff is your race leader. And again, on the restarts, the leader, well, they can dictate the pace. they can determine on when we win the field. He's going to go back to green, as I said earlier on. Caution laps do count here in heat racing action and your A main event. Of course, consolation races also will have the yellow flags enabled. And again, the lights go out on the pace track and around the virtual Lernerville Speedway. The field doubles up into 2x2. And Vandergriff gets a good jump over Josh Fuller. And we start lap number 5 of 12. It's Vandergriff, Fuller, Green, your top 3. Arisman in 4th, Liam Russell, Riley Simpson. Back there in positions number 5 and 6 as everybody. J-Dub on track, it goes better, mate. On track, it goes fast now, back up front. Fuller closes in on Vandergriff. Vandergriff's just got a little loose there out of turn number 4. That allowed Fuller to go to the inside, throw the slide job in turn number 1 and 2. Now Vandergriff back to the inside. We'll get clear of him down into turn number 3. He'll slide it up to the cushion, but there goes Fuller back to the inside at the line. Give it to Kyle Vandergriff. Fuller and Vandergriff are really putting on a show here at Lernerville. We've got 4.5 laps remaining. Fuller not going to let Vandergriff get to the top side. And Josh Fuller says thank you very much. Now here comes Ryan Green in that 0-3 entry. Also working to the top side of the racetrack is Josh Fuller. Looking to put the 12 alongside the 13 of Aiden Beerline on the front row for your A main event. Just 3 circuits remaining here at Lernerville in the JSI Racing Pro Late Model Series. Oh, Fuller's got some issues. And I want to say maybe there was a disconnection of the wheel or something like that. Because that car just straightened up in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. Kyle Vandergriff. Well, he's been blessed on the you-know-what. Green going to the inside into turn number 1 and 2. Vandergriff still holds the race lead down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Vandergriff upstairs and Kyle Vandergriff going to win. Heat number 2. Ryan Green home in 2nd. Pat Reisman 3rd. Liam Russell gets 4th. Darcy Stonehouse from 10th up to 5th. Good drive by Stonehouse to come away with a 5th place finish. Let's take a look at those official results. Vandergriff, Green, Reisman and Russell confirmed your top 4. Stonehouse, Simpson, Burke, Marquis, Fuller and Wright to round out your top 10. And had Josh Fuller, should he have finished first, that would have been a 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Americans in heat race number 2. As we get set here for heat number 3. And Camden Johnston lines up on the pole position to the outside of the front row. It's Cooper Wilson, position number 2. Chance Carl rolls off from position number 3. Nick Ryan lines up at a position number 4. Benjamin Martin lines up at a position number 5. And Clayton Davies starts position number 6. Jacob Croker lines up at a position number 7. Nicholas Lynett will start from position number 8. Andrew Corbett will start 9th. And Boyd Bowden will make up the 10-car field in heat race number 3. Again, 5 heats on the program. Thank you, Bob. It's the first time I was actually at that racetrack. And it's still got a busy month of February to come for me at real racetracks. Okay, a big thank you to Depth Images, Southern Cross Transport Equipment Group, Crawford Designs, and the team at the JSI Racing team for putting on these weekly events. Again, this little series with the pro late models. We're really seeing some quality American drivers come out and show the Aussies just how to get it done in the late model world. Here we go. Johnston and Wilson. Wilson in the 1 machine. Johnston in the 22. We're green flag. We're underway. Chance car in the 2. Wilson getting a little loose there out of turn 2. But gathers it back up. Goes to the top into turns 3 and 4. Chance car still working the inside. And here comes Nick Ryan to the outside. And we're going to go yellow. Poor old Nick Leonard in the 75 entry. Oh, just checked up and Boyd Bowden got to his inside. Had to be on the farm later on between those two boys. As that will bring on the caution in heat number 3. So at the moment, lap 1 of all 3 heat races so far, we have seen the caution flag come out. Leonard back to the pits. Boyd Bowden getting, I believe, sent to the end of the line, or either that he's been... it looks like he's been sent to the back for that one. As the field will double up here and lights go out. And we'll complete lap number 5 on the restart. Start lap number 6, so 7 laps remaining in heat race number 3. And you're looking at about 13 hours and 14 minutes time. Sunday fun day for the World of Thunder Esports League. Monday for us here in Australia. Big blocks, pro late models and super late models. We go green. Back underway, heat race number 3. Chance car immediately to the inside of the 1 entry of Cooper Wilson. Davies runs in position number 4. Nick Ryan in 5th and now on the outside looking in. Look out, there's some problems. Clayton Davies going off the racetrack. And the one of Cooper Wilson also getting involved in that one. We're going to go yellow. And we'll be right back. We've just got to fix something up on our end. So give us about 20 seconds. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. So we'll play a quick commercial, but we won't. I'm just going to mute up for a second, boys. 1 minute. Okay, I think we are good to go and got it all sorted. And we are underway once again. The final 3 laps of heat race number 3. They get 2, nearly 3 wide. Look out, and there's all sorts of contact at the back. We're going to stay green with just 2 laps left to run. Benjamin Martin in the Pertec entry, sitting in the 4th and final transfer position. Look at this, they go 3 wide for the final place on the racetrack. Oh boy, look at there goes Boyd Bowden. As the wide is out for your race leader, Camden Johnston. In heat race number 3. Working the back straight away. Protect that bottom side just to make sure that there's no big bonsai Rico bombs coming in from Chance Car. Camden Johnston will win. Pick number 3. Second will go to Chance Car. Nick Ryan home in 3rd. At this stage, it looks like Benjamin Martin will grab the 4th and final transfer position from Jacob Croker. Cooper Wilson and Andrew Corbett to finish on the lead lap for the likes of Boyd Bowden, Clayton Davies, and Nicholas Leonard. Those drivers will go through to the consolation races confirmation. Just coming through, Johnston, Carr, Ryan, and Martin going to the 40 lapper later on this evening. Heat race number 4, your penultimate heat of the night, not your fourth and final heat, but it is your penultimate heat race of the JSI Racing Pro Late Model Series here at Lernerville Speedway. Vortex Sim Sports entry of Riley Stewart in the 07 starts from position number 1 to the outside. It's the 10, I believe it is, or 12 of Damon Mush starting position number 2. Thomas Mitchell for Vortex Sim Sports lines up at a position number 3. Russell Bonzi will start position number 4. Jeremy Keenrod lines up at a position number 5 to his outside. Jordan Keane from position number 6. Brandon Griffiths lines up at a position number 7. Caleb Mills, the Camel, very tactical, will start the 10 machine from position number 8. Zane O'Toole lines up at a position number 9 with Daniel Boyd driving the Vortex Sim Sports number 79 from position number 10. That's 3 Vortex Sim Sports cars in heat race number 4. So 1, 3, and 10. Here's where those Vortex Sim Sports cars will start. Yeah, they've got the SpeedShop51.com logos plastered all over the cars, along with the LCJ carpentry. And a little bit of everything in between. Damon Mush, who factors in car number 14. All around a different car for the midgets, and well, we'll have midgets later on a Wednesday evening later on this week. Can we continue the trend? Lap number 1 with a caution. Looks like we are going to avoid it, and hats off to the drivers. Stuart Mush up and down to the bottom of the racetrack they go. Stuart leads from Damon Mush. Thomas Mitchell also trying the top side with his teammate. Trying to keep an eye on Daniel Boyd coming through. Now here comes Mitchell down to the inside. Slide job for position number 2. Mush was in 2 minds on whether to go back around the outside or whether to go back underneath him. Mush now comes back to the inside. We go yellow. And that might help him with the yellow flag coming out, because with the cautions coming out, they don't go back to the last recorded lap. As we take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. So the 44 of Russell Bonzi. Oh, and that all started with Daniel Boyd. So let's go back a little bit. Just got a good run. The car's just checked up in front of him, and it was a 36 of Brandon Griffiths who was slow out of turn number 2. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but in all the tracks on iRacing, Dale Jr. is located somewhere around the racetracks. Well, I'm proud to say we found him, Dale. We found you, mate. We found you. You can't hide from us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Ah, yes, Darcy. The outside curb isn't superb. I like it. Very clever, Darcy. Very, very clever. Oh boy. Damon Mush tried to time the restart. One car off the racetrack. I believe that's the 13 of Jordan Keane. So we're halfway home. 6 down, 6 to run. Mitchell, is he content with just sitting in second position for the time being? Yes, he is. Stewart still leads the race. Bonzi trying to come through. Mills got all sorts of problems in the 10 machine as Daniel Boyd making his way through the field. Zane O'Toole from position number 9. So this is the 3rd driver in 4 heats that we've seen come from that last row to get up and move up at least 4 or 5 positions. Right now, Zane O'Toole is in that final transfer spot, but for how long? Because here comes the 79 entry of Daniel Boyd. Boyd rallying it around the outside, and Daniel Boyd takes over position number 4. Meanwhile, Stewart has got a stranglehold on this field for the moment. Keen tried on the 17 by Bonzi. Bonzi tried the inside. Now here comes Griffiths on the inside of Bonzi, but Bonzi still too good on the outside. A lap and a half to go for your race leader. The Vortex Sim Sports, LCJ Carpentry, SpeedShop51.com entry of Riley Stewart. He's just got to make these 2 left-hand turns through turn number 3 and 4 as he works down the back straightaway. Into corner number 3, out of corner number 4, he stays on the racetrack, which is what is required to be fast. Here is Riley Stewart comes away victorious in heat race number 4. Thomas Pitchell home in 2nd, Damon Bush 3rd. Daniel Boyd will come from 10th to position number 4. Then we'll get your official results. There it is. Confirmation for those drivers in heat number 4. Stewart, Mitchell, Mush, and Boyd, followed by O'Toole, Keensrod, Mills, Griffiths, Keane, and Bonzi, your top 10. The 5th and final heat race of the night. Then it's going to see Mark Scott lining up the 6 machine from position number 1. Nash Granger start from position number 2. Craig Plater for UDL will start from position number 3. Jonathan McKee lines up at a position number 4. Jack Cameron lines up at a position number 5. And Daniel Hardigan will start position number 6. Mitchell Cartwright lines up at a position number 7. Brad Mangles at a position number 8. Sam Derrico will start position number 9. And Jack Murphy will start from position number 10. So the 5th and final heat race of the night. Yeah, with the JSI Racing Pro Late Model Series. Getting catch all the action here on Ultimate Dirt TV each and every Sunday night. Not sure what the next series is. I dare say Sprintcars should be coming back to a Sunday night sooner rather than later. But we'll have to wait and see what the admins do with that one. We've got to get through a Pro Late Model season first, then we've got to get through heat number 5, and here we go, we're underway. And well, Mark Scott went to get on the gas. We're going to go 4 wide. Return of 1 and 2. Jonathan McKean, the 48. Well, there was a bit of contact there. Now he's going to go into position number 10. There goes Jack Cameron in the 77, using up the 43 of Cameron, using up the 77 of Hardigan. Challenge for the race lead. Plater gets into the race lead. Granger falls back to 2nd. There goes the 55 of Jack Murphy. I tell you what, there is some dooring going on out here at the moment. And we are yellow. Poor old Mark Scott, who was your initial pole sitter, was involved in this little incident here. Unfortunately for Scott, he'll go off the racetrack. Just stopped on the outside, and that will bring on the cautions in heat number 5. So let's in fact check how many more weeks we've got left in the season here for JSI Racing. Oh, I hate when I do that. Okay. If you want to get involved, you need to check out JSI Racing Sim Sports team on Facebook, or check out JSI Racing in the iRacing League sessions. Just trying to get... Here we go. So we've got two more. We've got the 13th and 20th of February. They'll be at Eldora and Knoxville. So open setups, and we're back underway with Craig Plater leading the field into turn number 1. Hardigan makes it 3 wide, but Granger goes around the outside. Jack Cameron on the inside. Cameron getting tight through the middle of 3 and 4. That allows Daniel Hardigan to move to his inside. Challenge for the race lead, and now back into the front goes the Lucas Oil number 5 entry of Nash Granger with 4 to go. Granger, Plater, Cameron and Hardigan. They're certainly using each other up, leaning on each other. Something might give here between 3rd and 4th, and Sam Derrico, he might be in some prime real estate for something to happen. And there he goes, prime real estate happened because it was Jack Cameron in the 43 who had those mechanical issues. Now finds himself getting those mechanical issues figured out, but we've got some contact in the middle of 3 and 4. Mitch Cartwright involved in that one, which means we are going to go to a green-white checker, I believe, here in heat number 5 to wrap us up. So Jack Murphy and Brad Mangles. So Murphy in the 55. Mangles in the 28. Well, Mangles had nowhere to go. That was all Jack Murphy. And well, that's the second time that he is not lifted, and he's just taken someone out, and well, unfortunately it was Mitch Cartwright. So bring you back to live pictures. Thank you, Cody. The racing was yeah, it was good actually. Wasn't too bad. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and hopefully over the next 2 weekends, pending weather of course, we're going to be at some more racetrack doing some more commentary, and who knows if I've got a portable charger, because my battery was absolutely shot to bits last night. My phone was shot to bits after that first live stream. I was down to like 30% at like 6 o'clock at night, and it's like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to survive, especially not with watching a race monitor. The 43 of Jack Cameron goes around, and the checkered flag is going to come out. Nash Granger wins. Craig Plater in second. Third going to be Daniel Hardigan. Fourth is going to be Mark Scott, who comes back, and after getting involved in that caution, so we'll bring up heat number 5 results before we have a look at the first of 2B mains. Granger, Plater, Hardigan and Scott, your top 4. McKean edges out Cartwright by 6 1,000ths of a second. Mangles 7th, Derrico, Cameron and Murphy. As we take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid, it'll be 15 laps and the top 3. So we're going to have a 26 car field later on tonight, which is a little bit bigger than what we're used to seeing with the 24 car fields at the smaller racetracks. But here we go, Joel Wattel and Jacob Croker to make up row number 1, positions number 1 and 2. Jonathan McKean and Riley Simpson line up out of position number 3 and 4. Jeremy Keendrott and Luke Johnson out of 5 and 6. Excuse me, Andrew Corbett and Brad Mangles out of 7 and 8. Brooke Marquis and Brandon Griffiths out of positions number 9 and 10. Callum Crawford out of 11. Clayton Davies out of position number 12. We go back to Jack Cameron 13th, Justin Wright 14th, and Russell Bonzi in position number 15. And it looks like we have got just the 13 cars on the racetrack. Clayton Davies and Jack Cameron, they've obviously packed it up, realising that maybe the late models are just not for them. Either that or they've had a bad heat race and, well, they've decided to pack it up early. yes, a charger is a must. I've actually got a portable charger on its way. I should be getting that hopefully in the next day or two. So I can have all sorts of chargers for my phone. The only reason why I decided to live stream was because Amy hadn't actually left the hotel yet, because she dropped me off and then she went back to the hotel, which is only 15 minutes, and she come back. So I said, "Oh, have you left yet?" She goes, "No." I said, "Oh, can you bring the charger, please?" She goes, "Yep." Okay, sweet. Perfect time to stream. Perfect time. It's a little unfortunate because couldn't really get a good angle to show the racing while I was calling the action. As we call the action here in heat race. Fact it to be main. There's no more heat races. This is the last chance. Qualified top 3 is going to be the magic number. Croker, Mattel side by side for the race lead. Look at Johnson. Luke Johnson in the 76. Oh, Papa. McKean and Johnson get tangled up. They come back. Oh, McKean comes back down the racetrack. There we go. We go yellow. That's going to be a good sign for the likes of Croker and Mattel and Cobb, because that's another 3 laps that they don't have to worry about. In fact, make it now 4, because once we come across the line, we'll go pacing. Then they'll go 2 to green. Then, of course, 1 to green as the safety car is already on the racetrack. So, yeah, if I could just find a way to have someone do the live stream for me while next to me, I mean, that would have been perfect. But because we had the kids there, you got a 2-year-old boy that just wants to run around everywhere, there was no way in the world that they could join me up in the booth. Just imagine he'd want to sit on my lap and just go, "Nice bowling, Gary." Or I've taught him, yeah, solid, yeah, good chat. Or as he likes to say, yeah, solid good chat, mate. So we'll go back the following time by, which means that'll be lap 7 of 15. So that means we take the first 6 laps and they've been completed, and we've only got 9 laps left to run. Brad Mangle's back in the pit area. So his night is done and dusted, along with Jack Cameron and Clayton Davies. Again, it'll be a 26 car field for 40 laps. If required, a maximum of up to 4 yellow flags. Croker in the 15 gets on the gas earlier than anybody we've seen all night long in a restart. And well, he can do that because he is the race leader. Patel second, Johnson around the outside of Andrew Corbett in the 27 machine. And it's going to be Johnson to take over position number 3. Here comes Jonathan McKean, switching from outside inside, trying to get by Corbett. Slides up, makes a little bit of contact. And that'll give him a bit of breathing room back to Luke Johnson, as there goes Corbett off the racetrack. He comes back on and does it safely. 8 down, 7 to run. Here comes the 11 machine, Callum Crawford. In fact, he's a lap car. Here's Callum back in 12th position. Oh boy. Johnson got all the speeds on Joel Battelle. Lap car, the 36 of Brandon Griffiths. Just trying to stay out of harm's way from the cars on the lead lap. Meanwhile, Croker leads the way from Battelle and Johnson. Battelle into the wall, got it up on 2 wheels. Johnson got into the back of him. Johnson still in 3rd position. He's got 2nd. Back to Jonathan McKean, who's sitting in 4th, but it's the top 3, sorry. It's not the top 4 from what we've seen in the heats. It's the top 3 in the last chance qualifiers. That will go through, and right now, Jacob Croker is your race leader in car number 15 with 3.5 to go. Make that 3 to go. Forgot where I was looking at the moment. Alex, I have no idea why you're still. Better get some rest for what. Are you back for Water Thunder this week or what, buddy? As Jacob Croker finds himself just 2 laps away from victory here in B main number 1 to start from the 11th row. And that is still a long way back because you've got 11, 12 and 13 rows of competition here at Lernerville. Croker, Patel and Johnson. And it's Croker showing the goods here in B main number 1. We've still got one more B main to come. Out of turn number 4. Jacob Croker wins from Joel Patel. Luke Johnson home in 3rd. 4th will go to Jonathan McKean. Russell Bonzi will round out your top 5. And that will wrap up B main number 1. So you're not back tomorrow? That's what I asked you. Are you back tomorrow? Because you're in Vegas last week, weren't you? So your first B main results coming up on screen. Kroger, Patel and Johnson, followed by McKean, Marquis, Corbett, Keendrod, Wright, Bonzi, Griffiths, Callum Crawford, Simpson, Mangles, Davies and Cameron. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. If you want to come next Sunday morning for JSI for this one, you are more than welcome to. You're invited anytime you like. As B main number 2 will make their way onto the racetrack. Darcy Stonehouse will start on pole to the outside. It'll be Zane O'Toole, position number 2. David Clifford lines up at a position number 3. Cooper Wilson will start from position number 4. Mitchell Cartwright will start from position number 5, and Jason Burke lines up at a position number 6. Caleb Mills starts position number 7. Cody Nevin at a position number 8. Position 9, Boyd Bowden. Position number 10, Sam Derrico. Position number 11, Josh Fuller. Position number 12, Jordan Keane. Jason Crawford out of position number 13. Nicholas Linnett out of position number 14. And Jack Murphy out of position number 15. Boy, oh boy, there's a couple of Americans in this one that will be chomping at the bit to put it into the big dance. And let's get something fixed up here because that's that. And Boyd Bowden. We're going to do that. We're going to export you to there. You're going to get saved. You're going to get saved. Bob's not your uncle, but he might just be. But here we go. B main number 2 is underway, and it'll be again 15 laps to distance. Your top 3 going through. Keep an eye on Cody Nevin, who's now moved his way to position number 3, but also keep an eye on Josh Fuller, Nick Linnett, couple of Americans coming from deep in the back of the field. Cartwright. Surely, buddy, surely you can't park there, mate. You need to stay on all 4 wheels. And Mitchell Cartwright is out of the event. Hopefully in 2 weeks' time when we head up to Dubbo, I'll be able to have a scooter race with Mitch Cartwright. Go out there and wheel pack in our big scooters. Caleb Mills also out of the event in position number 13. Cooper Wilson did not make the call for the second B main. So we'll have I believe it's about a 3-minute warm-up session. Or a 3-minute warm-up session. After this second B main. Then of course we'll roll into our 40-lap A main event. Again, we'll see 26 drivers taking to the racetrack. Cody Nevin inside second row. Josh Fuller has made his way to row number 4. Outside the 26 of Boyd Bowden. The green flag goes out. We're back underway. So still, Nevin and O'Toole. And now Jason Burke goes on by. So Berkey into the third and final transfer position. Oh, look out. Gets tagged by O'Toole. Bowden makes it through that one. Josh Fuller does not. But he does get it off the concrete wall. And we are caution once again here at Lernerville as this track is slickening off. So your leader is Darcy Stonehouse in the 6th entry. You see that Flow Racing number 6. What is round number 4 of the JSI Racing Sim Sports Pro Late Model Series. Again, if you want to get involved in the action, check out JSI Racing Sim Sports team on Facebook. Join their group. Or you can check out on the iRacing League page, JSI Racing. Apply to that one and be involved in the league racing. Once again, we go back to green with Darcy Stonehouse. Trying to put the 6 into the big dance for 40 laps later on. Bowden to the inside on Nevin. Berkey and Crawford sitting in 4th and 5th and right now on the outside looking in. How much damage is on that 26 machine of Bowden? Some heavy rear end damage on the 74 of Jason Burke. Jason Crawford, you see just to the right of your screen there, Josh Fuller in the 12th, sitting in 7th, 4 positions out. He needs to get by the 6 of Darcy Stonehouse, who made the mistake and has slipped back now to position number 3, and he is now on the bubble. Nevin and Bowden, who I expected to make some headway in this B main, they go 1 and 2. They're both up 7 positions. How about Jason Crawford? Around the outside from position number 13 up to position number 3. And Crawford, tell you what, he has got the 32 machine figured out at the moment. He's actually in 4th. He's nearly into a transfer spot and with just 3 laps left to run. Tell you what, you'd love to see Stonehouse get it, but with the way that Jason Crawford has driven around here with 2.5 to go, plus 9 positions from 13th to 4th. You would almost be cheering on Crawford. Stonehouse goes to the inside, catches the grass. Now you see Crawford come into screen, and here it is, the battle on for the final transfer position. Coming to the white flag, Stonehouse, Crawford, who's it going to be? Stonehouse has got it with 1 to go, but it's not done and dusted just yet. Take your pick on who you want to get. Stonehouse has got a big lead, or a big advantage going into turn 3. Cody Nevin wins. Second to go to Boyd Bowden. Darcy Stonehouse will hang on to 3rd. 4th will be Jason Crawford. And gee, I tell you what, Cody Nevin, Boyd Bowden, they both went up plus 7 positions, but Jason Crawford 1 spot shy, going up plus 13. And there is your official result. So a 2-minute warm-up session scheduled. However, that does not mean that the racetrack is open. It just means that the drivers will do whatever they want to do in the pit area. But confirmation on Cody Nevin, Boyd Bowden, and Darcy Stonehouse putting it into the show. Crawford, Burke, Clifford, Keane, Derrico, O'Toole, Linnett, Murphy, Fuller, Cartwright, Mills, and Wilson unfortunately will not participate any further in the rest of the evening, as these drivers will just get all of the revolutions in the pit area. With that being said, I'll tell you what, while we've got the next 50 seconds, we are going to just play a nice little quick 20-second video. Of course, thanking our sponsor, one of our sponsors here on UltimateDirtTV in Speed Shop 51. And just like that, big thank you to, of course, Speed Shop 51 for their support with us here at UltimateDirtTV. Of course, can't forget Nick Leonard Racing Association, also with the support here on UltimateDirtTV. Locked On Lads, make sure you check them out on Facebook, on the social media pages. They're doing weekly podcasts. They've got some great content. Again, check out Locked On Lads on the social media pages and on the App Store. And, of course, the Miller Family Trucking World of Thunder Esports League. Also, we've got 26 cars to go through. So we'll go through your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Darcy Stonehouse will start from position number 26. Luke Johnson will start from position number 25. Boyd Bowden lines up at a position number 24. Joel Wattell at a position number 23. Cody Nevin at a position number 22. Jacob Croker at a position number 21. Position number 20, it's Mark Scott. Position number 19, Daniel Boyd. Position number 18, Benjamin Martin. Position number 17, Liam Russell. Position number 16, Rylan Gray. Position number 15, it's Daniel Hardigan. Position number 14, Damon Mush. Position number 13, Nick Ryan. Position number 12, Pat Arisman. Position number 11, it's the fridge of Max Bevan. Position number 10, Craig Plater. Position number 9, Thomas Mitchell. Position number 8, it's Chance Carr. Position number 7, Ryan Green. Position number 6, Rowan Jones. Now we move into your 5 heat winners. Position number 5, it's Nash Granger. Position number 4, it's Riley Stewart. Position number 3, Camden Johnston. And your front row, the pair of Americans. From position number 2, it's the never left man of Carl Vandergriff. On the outside of the front row and on the pole position, driving the 13 machine, it is Aidan Beerline. And poor old Max Bevan, he did not make the call. And we are ready to go green flag action this time. And this time by at the end of the pace truck going in at the end of the day. We're going to go green. So who will take out round number 4 of the JSI Racing Pro Late Model Series? It's time to get naughty for 40 here at Lernerville. We're underway. And it's immediately 3 wide for the race lead. Now 2 wide. Johnston looking low. But Beerline's got the run down into 3 and 4. Will we complete lap number 1? No, we won't. Craig Plater getting turned around there at the end, just as the yellow flag came out. So I know we've got a number of drivers being shown. Laps down, I believe it is. And there was poor old Nick Ryan. Well, I mean, that's a hard one. You can park there, it's on the infield, but you can't park on the wall. Sorry, Nick, you're on your own on that one. So it looks like everybody, from what I can see on timing and scoring, is on the correct lap. Maybe it was just a little glitchy there on the first lap, being Lernerville with such a big field of drivers. Get a big thank you to Southern Cross Transport Equipment Group, Depth Images, Crawford Designs, and the team here at JSI Racing. Again, for putting on this wonderful series. Week number 4 of 6. Eldora next week, followed by Knoxville, sprint car capital of the world, to wrap up a little short 6-week series. So that's caution flag number 1, by the way. Again, if needed, a maximum of 4. Look at Granger. Rolling up to position number 3 down into turn number 3 and 4. They go 3 wide for about 6th, 7th and 8th right now. Green, Mitchell and Carr. Stewart on the inside of Jones. Rowan Jones looking pretty good here in the early parts of this 40-lap main event. We're about to complete lap number 6. Beerline is your race leader from Camden. Johnston, Carl Vandergriff, your top 3. And it's at the moment, it's an American lockout of the podium. Jones, the first Aussie, trying to represent the Australians and show the Americans how to get it done. Thought he might to try and drive it down to the inside, but Jones has got that outside groove working. Now will he go for the slide jump into 3? Yep, he'll go. Well, he might not go for the slide jump, but he'll stick it down to the inside, try and get the grip, but just an outside line. Carl Vandergriff, he's got it working at the moment. It's a battle of it's the 2 and the 0-2. Thomas Mitchell, Chance Carr. This is your battle for 7th and 8th. Stewart trying to get by Granger to move back into the top 5. Meanwhile, Jones, Vandergriff. Jones around the outside of Vandergriff, and now Rowan Jones flies the Aussie flag into position number 3. Beerline still your race leader by 1.8 seconds over Camden Johnston. Rowan Jones, Carl Vandergriff and Nash Granger. Your top 5. Stewart looking through to the middle of the racetrack. Thomas Mitchell, Chance Carr, Ryan Green, Daniel Boyd. Daniel Boyd from 19th to 10th, plus 9 in 11 laps. He's got all sorts of mail to be hauled right now. Stewart going to the cushion. Oh, look, it's Holy Schmidt. Hello, Trey. Stewart around the outside on Granger. Made the pass on the exit of turn number 2. That outside groove working right now. Meanwhile, Jones closing in on Camden Johnson. I tell you what, Rowan Jones really clicking off some very, very fast lap times here at Lernerville. Goes to the middle of the racetrack through 3 and 4. This is Nintendo 64 NASCAR Heat. NASCAR. Might even be Daytona 99. So Beerline with a 2.6 second lead and looking to extend it. 15 down, 25 to go. Thank you, Cody. Johnston still holds on to position number 2, but I tell you what, Rowan Jones, tell you what, if he gets into second, he would love a yellow very, very quickly. And I'll tell you who would not be happy with that one is Aiden Beerline, who's about to put a lap car of Benjamin Martin between himself and second place. Meanwhile, Jones and Johnston. It's Johnston in the 22, Jones in the 25. He's all over him like a rash through 1 and 2. Now Jones goes to the inside. And the 25 makes the pass for the second position. And just as that happens, we are yellow. And again, with the caution laps counting, if he made the pass on the inside and the yellow came out, he may just go to position number 2. We'll see. Now it's going to be Camden Johnston who has it, and Beerline, who is enjoying a near 3-second lead, will have that taken away from him. And with about 20 or even 19 laps to go, in fact it might even be 18 by the time we go back green. Jones might be onto something here. With him starting behind Aiden Beerline, there's a very good opportunity, a real good chance for Rowan Jones to dispose of Camden Johnston very quickly. We'll see how it all plays out. We are under our second caution of the A main event here at the Lernerville Speedway, right before the JSI Racing Pro Late Model Series. They get the 1 to green. The field will double up, 21 down, which will in turn go to lap number 22 of 40, which we will complete our 21st lap once we go back to green. And if you can't simple math, it's real simple, 19 to go. So again, after this 40 lap A main event, we'll hopefully chat to our top 3 as they make their way out of the virtual race cars and talk to us on Discord as we go back green. Johnston goes to the middle, leaving the lane up open the top side of the racetrack for Rowan Jones. And I'll tell you what, if you want to give someone the top side of the racetrack, it's probably not the man to give it to, because he's really made some headway on the outside, and there he goes. Now, can he do something with Beerline, or is Beerline going to be too good, too strong? Vandergrift to the inside on Johnston. Meanwhile, Stewart and Granger just to the right of your screen. The 03 of Ryan Green there as well. Here comes Chance Carr. Daniel Boyd up to position number 9. How about Boyd Bowden from 24th to position number 11? And they are really swapping and changing positions. And Daniel Boyd and Boyd Bowden, I'll talk about getting the raw end of that one. That's going to bring us under yellow. And we'll take another 3 laps away. Where is our safety car? There it is. And I dare say we go 2 to green. If that is the case, we'll have 13 to go. If they are pacing, we'll have 12. It will all depend on what the lights do on the safety truck. So that is our 3rd caution of tonight's main event here at the Lernerville Speedway. Again, race control in the league allow up to a maximum of 4. So we at least get a decent number of green flag laps in. And the lights are out. So Jones on the outside needs to time this restart. Beerline, I've got a fair idea on when he's going to go. I dare say it might be in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. I'm going to try and give you a countdown if I was on the outside of the front row. Ready? 3, 2. Well, he's gone a little bit earlier. A little bit earlier than expected, trying to catch everyone off guard. Caught me off guard, that's for sure. And Aidan Beerline, he's got every right to do so because he's your race leader. 3 wide, nearly 4 wide into turn number 1 and 2. Green and Granger come together. Mitchell. Here comes Bowden in the 26. Roland Gray. Vandergriff under some pressure from Stewart. Nevin, a hell of a run in the number 11 machine. Cody Nevin from position number 22 from one of the B mains. And he is really carrying some momentum on the outside. And yellow. Cody Nevin, how good is it to see that driver make his way up through the field from 22nd plus 14 positions at the moment. And that 11C is really moving through the field. So still pacing at the moment. That pace car, you better slow down. Thank you. So pacing, 2 to green, 3 to green, 1 to green. That's 3, so 31, 32, 33. Yeah, it all just depends on what the lights do here. If they can get shut off very quickly and go 1 to green, we'll have 8 to go. Otherwise, we'll have 7. Yep. And they've been shut off. They've been told we're going racing with what is 8 laps left to run. So plenty of action here on UltimateDirtTV over the next week. We've got schedule starting to fill up once again, which is nice to get back into the swing of things after taking about the most of about 4 or 5 weeks off with a few little broadcasts here and there, and we'll go back and get back underway with 7.5 to go. Johnston and Stewart. Johnston going to slide up, Stewart around the outside. Look out, Green and Nevin, they come together. And now there should be no more yellows. Slide job by Johnston. Stewart now. Does he go inside? Yes, he does. Looks for the slider into turn number 3. Not going to clear him. Meanwhile, your leader is Aiden Beerline, continuing to lead the way. Went quick time, picked up heat race number 1 victory. Jones caught the cushion, and Beerline has led 35 laps. As long as he can go past the start finish. So he's led 35 laps of this main event, and we've only got 5 laps left to run. So Beerline looking for the sweep here at Lernerville. Jones under some pressure from Camden Johnston. Half a second back to Riley Stewart, then a little bit, about 3/10 of a second back to Carl Vandergriff. Thomas Mitchell in 6th position. Then you go back to Cody Nevin, looking for a fantastic result here as Edale dives back down to the inside with a slide job on Thomas Mitchell. Mitchell works it back underneath him. Nevin and Mitchell drag race down into turn number 3. Slide job by Mitchell. Mitchell, well, the right side, the right rear just went off the edge of the racetrack, and he somehow managed to save it back on. How about Boyd Bowden going up plus 16 positions? He's just followed Cody Nevin through this field. There's a whole lot of lap cars we don't need to worry about that are packed in the pit area. It's still Aiden Beerline who's opened up a 1 second advantage. Johnson getting put a lap down, but the white flag is out. We're going to race it out, ladies and gentlemen, to the start-finish line. The next flag you'll see for your leader will be the twin checkers here at Lernerville. Down the back straightaway, the JSI Racing Pro Late Model Series round number 4 here at Lernerville belongs to Aiden Beerline. Second will go to Rowan Jones. Camden Johnston home in 3rd. Cody Nevin from 22nd to 4th. Carl Vandergriff grabs 5th, and 4 out of the top 5 are Americans. What a drive by the Americans, showing the Australians how to race pro late models around Lernerville. Let's take a look at your official results. Beerline, your winner from Jones and Johnston, your top 3. Nevin and Vandergriff, your top 5. Stewart, Mitchell, Bowden, Green and Granger, your top 10. And you go back to Croker, Mush, Stonehouse, Patel, Plater, your top 15. Arisman, Johnson, Russell, Gray, Scott, your top 20. Boyd, Martin, Carr, Hardigan, Ryan, and Bevan. The 26 drivers that were in this field here this evening. But that wraps up the racing here. We are hopefully going to chat to our top 3. We'll give them a couple of minutes. In fact, we don't even have to do that because they are already in and ready to go. Just need to make sure that is the right one. I dare say it would be. I don't want to assume, because you know what happens when you assume. Well, you can spell it out. But we'll go down to victory lane and chat to the driver that gets the clean sweep here tonight, driving the 13A machine. It is Aiden Beerline. Aiden, congratulations on the victory. Well, clean sweep here at Lernerville, buddy. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, the warm-up session. You didn't really get to see the racetrack from that first heat. What sort of things did you expect going into this main event, you know, for that 40-lapper?
Oh, you know, in practice, it got pretty slick. So when they reset it for qualifying, I kind of had an idea. I was hoping it was going to be roughly how it was in practice. Thankfully, it was. And we still messed up a little bit on setup. I think we could have been better off a little bit, making the setup more prepared for the long run. And I'm still happy with a win here tonight.
As I said, this racetrack was pretty slick from top to bottom. Did you go into the main event and set the car up for the top side, or were we just sort of going to take it lap by lap and see how things sort of played out?
Well, you know, with me being a sprint car guy, I was just going to run the top. I ran the bottom here a little bit in late models, but I don't really like leaving the top open, especially in late models. So I was just going to ride or die in the cushion, I guess.
Well, you certainly win. You certainly won it on the top side of the racetrack. You were certainly the driver to beat here tonight. Congratulations on quick time, heat one victory, and leading all 40 laps of this A main event. Aiden, before we let you go, of course, and celebrate a win here in the Pro Late Model Series, sponsors, shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes this happen for you?
Well, first off, of course, I got to thank Jesus Christ, my mom, my dad for always supporting me, and my mom for watching races that are for us this late at night, and Reflection Cabinetry, Redline Race Designs, Alex Bergeron over at ABR Set Shop, and y'all for putting on an amazing show.
All right, congratulations goes to your winner here tonight, driving the 13A machine of Aiden Beerline. Home in second place tonight, driving the number 25 machine, the Jones Racing entry of Rowan Jones. Rowan, congratulations on second place. And gee, I tell you what, not going to lie, might have been a little favouritism headed your way. I thought you might have had something for Aiden there in the end, but I mean, second place, you can't be too disappointed, right?
No, it was a really good race. Aiden definitely was fast in that one. Definitely had a little bit of luck on my side, but car was coming in real good, and I had a little bit for Aiden at the end there. Started catching him, but it was just nowhere near enough to get him.
Mate, by the time you got by Camden Johnston a couple of times before the yellows come out, you had to start on the outside of Aiden Beerline. How tough was it to try and predict on when he was going on the restarts, whether he was going late, whether he was going early? How tough was it to predict, knowing that you've only got a certain number of laps for him to make a mistake and for you to capitalise on that opportunity?
Yeah, exactly. So I run in VR, so it's a little bit easier to look over and try and judge. But he was going at all different times. He wasn't restarting at the exact same point. So definitely had to be on my toes to get that. And yeah, took me a couple of laps to get past Camden, but once I got past him, we were just aiming for Aiden.
But obviously, these pro late models guys this season that are running open setups, could you have done anything differently to the setup, or are we happy with how the car was handling throughout the course of that 40-lap A-main?
No, I was 100% happy with how that car was going then. It was really coming in right near the end once the track had really slickened off. So the car was a little bit tight at the start of the race, but throughout the race it was definitely coming on.
Maybe look, well done on coming home in second place. No doubt you've got a lot of sponsors on this race car, a lot of great people behind the scenes that make this possible for you on the 25 machine.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank all the boys at Rutledge Brothers Racing for all the support and everything. They're a good bunch of guys and a good team. Michael Holmes Racing, he sponsors us as a team, and all the guys at JSI for hosting the race and always putting on a good show.
All right, there we go. Rowan Jones, your runner-up here tonight. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in third place here tonight, driving the number 22 machine, that is Camden Johnston. Camden, mate, congratulations on a podium, and we had second place locked up for the longest time, but Rowan Jones got by there, but you sort of held on for third. You've got to be happy with how the night went.
Oh, yeah, definitely going to take this one as a win and just try to build off what we did there. There's definitely a couple of things I could have changed with the setup and with my driving ability to be a little bit better there.
A bit of a gap between Heat 3 and that A-main. Were you sort of keeping an eye on the track as the sort of heat races and the consolations were going, or were you sort of just waiting until the end of that the last consolation race to look at the racetrack, or what were you doing in between to keep an eye on the racetrack?
I was really just looking in between every heat race, deciding what the best line, just kind of watching the other drivers. Always really helps me out just to kind of see where they're running and where they're fast. Just kind of adjusting from there. Probably missed the gear a little bit. It was spinning the tires pretty bad, but we'll take that and lead it into something better. Try to figure it out.
No problem. Look, well done on a third place finish here tonight. Before I let you go, Camden, sponsor on this race car, people behind the scenes, buddy, who makes this possible for you? I
got to thank John Darby at CFM Designs, Agility Speed Shop, CFM Esports. And you got to thank my mom and dad letting me stay up and race this league till a little bit late here for the U.S.
No, buddy, well done on third place here tonight.
Thank you, sir.
There we go. That was Camden Johnston, your third place finisher here for this evening. And of course, that will wrap up the post-race coverage. Congratulations goes to Aiden Beerline, your winner here in round number 4 of the JSI Racing Pro Late Model Series from Lernerville. Rowan Jones was second and Camden Johnston in third. Just some mentions as well from drivers that moved up a significant number of positions from their starting positions, of course. We'll go from the bottom, of course. Luke Johnson started 25th. He went up 8 spots to finish home in 17th. Joel Battelle started 23rd. He came away with a 14th. That is plus 9. Jacob Croker started 21st. He finished 11th. He went plus 10. Darcy Stonehouse, stone cold motherless last, 26th to finish in 13th. That is plus 13. Boy Bowden started 24th. He finished in the top 10. He came away with an 8th place finish, moving up 16 position. But tonight, your hard charger was the driver that started in 22nd position and moved up plus 18 spots. in 4th place, that was Cody Nevin. So well done to those drivers advancing forward that many positions in a 40-lap A main event. That'll wrap up round number 4 of the JSI Racing Pro Late Models. Again, a big thank you, of course, Depth Images, Southern Cross Transport Equipment Group, Crawford Designs, and the entire team at the JSI Racing. Check them out on Facebook. If you want to join the league, just search up JSI Racing in the league directory part. Hit that apply button, and you can come out next week for round number 5 at the Eldora Speedway, with the following week being the final week at the Knoxville Raceway. We'll have all the action right here live on Ultimate Dirt TV each and every Sunday night, live across the Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch feeds. So make sure you hit that like and follow button, and of course subscribe to the YouTube channel. Until then, a big thank you to our sponsor, of course, Nick Leonard Racing Association, Locked On Lads, Speed Shop 51, and World of Thunder Esports League. Until then, on behalf of the entire team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, I'm Brett Wheeler, signing off, saying good night.